Gully Jake wants to be clean, man. All right. Now, somebody give me Exodus. I think it's the first chapter, because even Pharaoh acknowledged that our women are different than their women. You know. You line up an Israelite woman and a Hamite woman, you notice the difference, man. It's obvious. It would be real obvious. You can tell off the bat who's the nigga woman and who's the heathen woman. That just happened to be dark skinned with the same texture hair. I think it's in Exodus 1 about the heathen women.
19. To 16? 15. Exodus 1 and 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Sapphira, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared Yahweh, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive.
Our women had integrity, man. Back then.
Back then.
Back then. Right now, you ain't gonna really find that much.
They'll follow, you know.
Yeah, they'll follow whatever.
They'll
follow whatever. Yeah.
Which makes them a part of the enemy. If they forwarded the affliction of the enemy, it makes them an enemy also. Because even back in the slavery days, you have to watch what you say around certain slaves. You know, whether they had a place for a taskmaster or whatever. If you say something to a sellout slave, so to speak, they'll be done told them snitch and tell the slave master on you. Everybody get in trouble. You know, there was always broken integrity, as is in our people today, among Jake.
Go ahead.
This is Exodus 1 and 17. But the midwives feared Yahweh, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king
because they was trying to kill off the Hebrew babies, man, the Israelite babies, the men. Okay. All right. Because if they would have went through with that, Moses would have got caught up in that. But if you notice, Moses was put in a little like a little basket, you know, and he was put safe, and she put him in the river, and he you know, and carried him away, so he was safe from the killings, man. Yeah, and the Pharaoh's I think the Pharaoh's wife, I believe, the wife, she caught him, you know, and that's how they was able to adopt Moses, you know. Go ahead.
This is Exodus 1 and 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
Hey, he's making a difference right there. They're not like our women. Go ahead.
Read that again. This is Exodus 1 and 19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
They're not as the Egyptian women. All right. You know when you know a nigga woman when you see one, man. It's easy to pinpoint her ass, man. When you see a Hamite woman, she carry herself she's different. She kind of docile. She doesn't walk. She has a stiff walk to her, just like the men.
She has some ounce of shame about her.
Yeah. The Hebrew women, our women, they proud. They walk with life to them. They, you know, they gotta walk to them.
You got hit on both sides, got hair.
Yep. And that was funny you bring that up, because I was just gonna mention that. That's why it describes it to a T in that same verse in Isaiah the 3rd chapter, from 16 on down. You don't have to get it, but it describes it to a T. The difference, because you can see, like you see in there, but you can see how they do it.
Nigga woman, man. You know the difference, because the Hamite women, they ain't gonna do that shit. The nigga woman do shit like that.
They don't blonde their hair, wrap it up like
she wrapped that shit up like cinnamon rolls and shit in her head. She look crazy,
you know
man.
What? It's crazy because we gotta be like, damn, it's creative, just like our people would be. Because Ham ain't creative like that. But the Egyptians, they ain't creative like that. But our people are creative with wickedness though. So that makes it even easier today to see our people. But back then they were righteous and still that creative. They were righteous in a way. It was more with that.
No, it was a
Times
little more
more.
too.
And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively.
For they are lively. All right?
That's it.
When you look up lively, matter of fact, I'll look it up real quick, man.
You looking it up?
I'll look it up right now.
Freaks.
You know?
That word lively.
Oh, you was gonna look it up? What's that? Exodus 1 and what was that?
Exodus
1 and
1 and
19.
19.
Okay, God. Exodus 1 and 19. You look up the word lively. Meaning our women got life to them. The Hebrew word for lively is kaya.
Is that what yours has exactly?
Yep. It means lively, strong, robust, vigorous, lively, having the vigor of life. Lively. You know?
Yeah, I mean, because you look at our women smile and they bless generally. You know, you put them in an ideal situation. They're happy, they're smiling, they're dancing around, and you know. Yeah, now in today's time, when they're in this captivity, they all mean money, they mad at everything. They just, you know, got that stank face on all day. You know, that's what it is. Like something
You look up lively in the definition on Google, it means full of life and energy, active and outgoing.
Yeah, outgoing. Outgoing is a classic word that fits our women. It fits our people.
They always outgoing.
Yeah.
They're the most social.
Yeah. Hey, even in that other book I had that about the Igbo tribe, it connected with that right there.
Huh.
Do that lesson.
Even today, if the Edomite woman is one of our children, doesn't he or she come out of the house and lively?
Yeah.
She can see it, the world can see it. That's
Right.
different.
Yeah.
That's why Angelina Jolie and them was over there trying to get them little babies. Now they thought they was getting a lively one. They picked some of them Hamites.
Yeah, pick up
But
the
they
Hamites.
don't know the
Hamite,
difference.
right?
Right, but they don't know the difference. You gotta go to that losing Isaiah type kid.
Well, she's an Edomite woman?
Yeah, like I don't know what.
You talking about Angelina Jolie?
Wait, is that
The
the
actress?
white woman who adopted someone?
Yeah. The
Well,
actress?
Yeah, I think it's right.
Yeah,
If she's
she-
an Edomite woman, she should have known what she was getting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she might possibly be a Jake. We don't know. But she, her and her husband, they go adopting black babies in Africa.
In Africa?
Yeah.
Not here.
Not here, in Africa.
Well, that's a different story.
Huh.
It's more.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Exodus 1 and 19. And the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives coming unto them.
Yeah, man. So he knew, even if Pharaoh knew that there was a distinction, man. We not no damn Hamites. You got Jakes that are scattered all throughout the world, man. You got Jakes all throughout the West Coast, North Africa. You had the Moors of North Africa, man. You had the Tuaregs. All right, they kind of mixed in with the Ishmaelites, but a lot of them is Jake, man. Okay.
So-called Arabs.
So-called Arabs, yeah, man. You had Jake everywhere, man. All right, so like those guys that came up here earlier, it's a possibility because of where they come from and seeing how they conducted themselves when they came up. They read like a Jake, man. You know, it's all. They can't understand why we say stuff like that. It's because when we speaking to them is a spiritual thing. They can't. If they have a carnal mind, they're not gonna be able to grasp it.
Now, last one had the most carnal mind out of all three of them.
Right. Like going to Isaiah the 11th chapter, somebody can get it. One of the areas of where the Lord's going to deliver a lot of our people is going to be over there in Africa. Because a lot of our people are over there still. Right to this day.
Unless you need that right now.
Whatever y'all got, but bring that out too.
Isaiah 11:1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
It's talking about Yahweh Shah. Okay, he's the branch. He's the root of Jesse. Okay, go ahead.
And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him, and the spirit of wisdom and understanding, and the spirit of counsel and might, and the spirit of knowledge, and the fear of Yahweh, and shall make him quick understanding in the fear of the Lord.
That's all talking about Yahweh Shai right there. Jump down to the 10th verse.
Isaiah 11 and 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, and it shall come, and to it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
It's talking about the Israelite foreigners. All right. Prophet Isaiah was prophesying that you're going to have the Israelites that lost their heritage, that became Gentiles later on, that they were going to seek back to the Lord. The Lord came back to basically adopt them back again. So he was that light, that shine for those that were in darkness to come into the light. Because Yahweh Shai, through the word we call Jesus Christ, he was that light. All right. So it said in the latter days that was what was going to happen. All right, that's been fulfilled, but now it's even being more so fulfilled today, because now that light is shining, and now you have a lot of Israelites that are waking up to their nationality, and they're waking up to the truth. All right, so that's fulfillment. All right, and after that, once all the elect is woken up and sealed, he's going to come and actually save them.
Now let me say this: you talking about in particular the Israelites that's still in those Hamitic continent, right?
Yeah.
And my sword, right there on the Gentiles, it has coastlands.
Yeah.
And that's the west coast of Africa.
Yep. Even the islands out there, man. You know, you had the Cape Verde Islands over off the coast of Africa. A lot of them were slaves that were left. That didn't make it. That didn't come all the way to the Americas, man.
They might have jumped ship. We don't know how the story goes.
Yeah. So you got Jakes that are even on that little island off the coast of Africa, man. Matter of fact, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, her family is from that island, Cape of Verde. All right, and we know she was a Jake, Left Eye from TLC. That's straight up Jake, man. All right.
Verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand a second time to recover the remnant of his people,
Yep.
which shall be left from Assyria and Egypt.
So these are all the lands that you're gonna have Jakes left in these different regions in the last days. All right. These are the outcasts of the dispersed of Judah and other tribes that are scattered. All right, during the diaspora. All right, because that was what happened to our nation as a curse. When the Lord scattered us from one end of the earth to the other, that's what happened. That's why our people are still in those parts of Africa, all up in Europe, all over in Asia, in the Philippines, okay, over in the South, all over the place, man. You know? Go ahead, huh?
From Assyria and Egypt and Pathros
And from Egypt, so you got Jakes that are in Egypt to this very day. There's a lot of Ishmaelites all up in there, but you got Jakes among them in Egypt. Okay, go ahead.
And from Pathros.
Read from the top again.
Verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again for the second time to recover the remnant of his people,
Yep.
which shall be left from Assyria and Egypt,
In Egypt, go ahead.
and from Pathros,
And from Pathros, go ahead.
and from Cush.
Cush, Ethiopia. All right, some of our people was in Ethiopia. All right, that's why a lot of our people they always like to associate themselves with the Ethiopians, or you got the fake Ethiopians over there claiming to be Jews. They call themselves Falashas, which means fake. But you got actually real Jews over there among them. That's funny, right? You got heathens over there claiming to be Jews, but then you got Jews over there that don't even know that they're Jews. They think that they're Ethiopians. You know? But you got brothers that are waking up to Great Millstone in that region.
I was going to say real quick, that's why everybody wants to gravitate to Ethiopia, just because we look similar. Because our people look similar, but it's not the same natural spirit that's within us. So they always want to say, oh, we go back to Ethiopia. No, that's not true. Yeah, some of our people were scattered there, but that's not where we're from. But just because you live somewhere don't mean that's where you're from.
Not the same seed.
Yeah, same seed.
And from Cush, and from Elam.
From Elam. So you will have Jakes that are among the East Indians. You got Jake in Indonesia, all right, India, all right. You got what you would call, if you look it up, there's a group of Indians, East Indians over there. They're known as the Untouchables. If you look up the Untouchables, they're dark. They look like you.
That's right.
Those are actually Israelites. You know, they're under curses. They're looked down upon from the rest of the East Indians that live over there. They're outcasted Jakes that live over there. That's who the Untouchables are. Okay, go ahead.
And from Shinar, and from Hamath,
Yep.
and from the islands of the sea.
So you got the islands. Okay, the different islands we was talking about. All right. You got Jake everywhere. You know.
He said it was spread.
Yeah. That's right.
Verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel,
Those are the outcasts of Israel. Go ahead.
and gather together the dispersed of Judah
Dispersed. You know.
from the four
What
corners.
I want to say was the outcasts, that's just the Israelites that don't know they're Israelites. They've been outcasted from the nation. And they're, but they also don't fit into the other nations either. They don't fit to the heathen nations either. They're just kind of outcast from everybody. But they go back to our people because they're accustomed to the heathens, but then they're not taking on the customs of Israelites, so they don't know who they are. You know, so the Lord will come back and gather them as well.
And the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
That's it. That's it on that, you know. Hey, because matter of fact, get real quick before you get that, get Jeremiah 17 and is that 4? Because this is how they became outcasted, man.
Jeremiah 17 and 4.
All those, like those Jakes, you know, those possible Jakes that was here, you're in Liberia because the Lord put the curses on you. All right, you're not in your own land. That ain't your own land. Just because you were born there, that doesn't mean that that's your native land. Just like we were born here in America, but that don't mean that we're native to America. We were brought here, you know, because we're under the curses. This is what the Lord said would happen to us, and we went off from it. That's why we're all over the place, and we're outcasted from everybody.
And they acknowledge the true Africa. That's why they don't say Africa first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They never say Africa
And the Africans always know their prospective tribe. They always know what actual tribe or village that they from. They can name the god that they worship, their custom, what they do, what they believe, their culture.
They keep that dividing line.
Yeah, and they know their language, different languages that they have. The Jake, I'm just African. I was from that part of Africa. I'm from that country.
because they talk about Jesus.
Yeah, and they all got that zeal. You know?
You know who's been cursed because they talk about Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna tell you right. I'm gonna tell you what he told me. He said the one that came over and tried to bring it to me. He said, y'all now. I don't know if you know this, but you know the popes one of the Antichrist, right? But yeah, we know that's what this. Yeah, we say, you know America gonna be destroyed, right? Yeah, we know this. It's like, all right, we good. You know, so we on the same page spiritually anyway. You know, spiritually we on the same page anyway. You know.
Yeah, read that out.
Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage
Yep.
that I gave thee.
You're gonna discontinue from your heritage, man. You're gonna be taken away from your land, the land that I gave you. I'm gonna take away your language. You're gonna speak the language of your oppressors.
You're gonna corrupt language too.
Yeah, that's
Everything
right.
we've been corrupted completely.
Yeah.
Language is part of the reason we can't communicate, because that was one of the most important things that happened to us. We can't communicate with other people no more. So we could, because from being able to say, hey bro, watch out, look to your right, left, or whatever we would say in the Hebrew, to now we got this whole roundabout language that you never fully understand nobody. So the communication's off. So we're not all on the same page no more. That's one of the things too. But that was all so we would be so scattered mentally and spiritually anyway. It was all part of our destruction. We're taking away of our heritage. Because our heritage and these laws, statutes, and commandments kept us on the same page.
That's one thing about Esau and few about the Israelites, because they can still communicate even with that Spanish that they got, they communicate with each other. Okay, start over. 17:4. Even thou, even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Yeah, man. And this is the prime example of it right here. We live in it. Okay? But also amongst the Israelites that were scattered throughout all those different lands, they're suffering poverty just like the Jakes here in America. All right? They're in the same boat. They still looked down upon.